sort of approach thing?
If you like. I mean, it's not very different than this one. It's just...
But you have it permanently and not like a fountain, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay, let's give
You
it a
wanna
go
try
anyway.
it?
Yeah, I'd like to. I'd like to look at different colours and that and mixing them as well. But I'll first maybe make... The thing is, yeah, we can make a particle emitter and use that same one in two systems. One can be for like a nebula, and then one can be just for normal fog. So I guess, do we need to make another material? We'll copy this last one. Control W to duplicate. Material. This is going to be just general fog. I'll just call it. Sounds like a war marshal. Oh, I should probably stop the game as well. Okay, do I need a different file for this as well?
I guess.
Or you think of use? I guess, yeah, this one would probably, they'd just be
I'm sending
directional.
Smoke. Puffs. Puffy smoke. Liquid throat. Gluck?
Sorry. I changed my sensitivity earlier, didn't I? Okay, sweet. So let's open this. Let's save this file. This is kind of what we're looking at, by the way. This is in like an animated smoke. So we go back to our project. I will drag this in my sprites folder. And now we change our fog to use that instead.
Maybe this time, instead of using an animation, sub-UV animation, we can try to figure out how to use a random smoke puff out of those sprites, the spreadsheet.
Right, so what? So, and then it blends between them, is it? Still.
Well, we will use different sprites, but like they're not animated. They're just fade in and fade out.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine by me to try that. Let's go into my fog one, and let's change the sprite here to be the smoke puffs. That's fine.
General fog.
Sounds like a character from Bunhurst, doesn't it?
Yeah, General Frog. Frog General.
You piece of carrot.
I have sweaty hair.
Wow, that's a good fact.
Everything.
Is it hot
too
there?
hot here.
It's pretty nice here at the moment. It's not nice. It's not like sunny, but I'm not hot. It's good.
Yeah, I better open the door and windows.
Okay, no problem.
Mario will go out, but that's alright.
Hopefully no more ticks. Okay, we've got a lot of things open now. Let's close some of these down. We don't need this emitter to the it asks you. That's interesting. Oh, actually no, that's because we're in the emitter.
Okay, say hi.
Sorry, my bad. Hello?
And my screen.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, my windows keep going over each other. Oh my gosh, it's Mario, everybody. Spacey, this is for you. Why, Mario? Why such a long whinge?
Huh? Are you whining?
Is Mario hot as well? I mean, he's in big fur. He's covered in fur. Does he do that thing when he's hot, when he kind of opens his mouth and kind of like pants out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that you need to
Okay.
apply that technique, Brain. All right. We're going back. So I'm just trying to close out all of the crap that I've got open, just so it can be a bit more clean. It takes a while to close these at the moment. There we go. Finally. We've got General Frog. We got the fog created. Well, the material for it at least. So now we need to go to the next step, which is to make the emitter. So Niagara emitter. We'll go from a template again. So I don't know if we want to go fountain in this one because we don't really want direction. So we got like hanging particles swirling in a rectangular area. That looks interesting.
Yeah. That
Out
works.
of all of these upwards mesh bursts.
Or
Yeah.
you can even start with an empty one if you like, if you're interested in.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. Could be interesting, Brain. Okay.
I find it interesting that you find everything interesting.
I find it interesting that you find it interesting that I find everything interesting too.
Yes.
Yes, this could go on some time.
So it's by default adds the initialized particle. That makes sense.
And the state and the solving, but that's it. Okay, so first off, sprite renderer. Let's choose the one that we just made, which was our general. The stupid name I gave it. We're going to change the scale for it because I worry it's going to be small like the last one. So this is in the sprite size. Let's just change. I can't remember. Did we go like 100? Did we go that big? Can't remember. Okay, we can't see anything still at the moment.
So you did change the sprites, right? The material.
Yeah, up here. And oh, hang on. Can we even see it in here? That's something to look.
Is that
what? Is that the noise?
You chose it? No.
No, it's just the preview's wrong though, isn't it?
I hope that's the case.
What the flip is going on here? Right, that's what it should look like. Let's go and have a look for it, shall we? Sprites. I guess it's just the thumbnail is bulk.
Because they have some alpha values.
If the other one's not?
Transparent. Okay.
So does that mean we need to change the material to...
No, I don't think so. It should work, but I don't know why it doesn't show in the preview as well. I mean, in the material preview.
Yeah, but we did start with nothing, so it might not be spawning any at the moment.
It should.
Well, what have we got? State, self, infinite, loop duration.
Spawn rate, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so there's not, it's not spawning anything. So spawn rate is in here. And we want 1. There we go. That looks better. There we go. We're in a starting point. This is good. I like building up in steps. So I need to also, if I remember, sorry, hitting the microphone. We need to look at that bit where we say how big the grid is as well. Was that in here somewhere? Yes, sub size, and this one is a 4x4.
Yeah.
And then to choose a random one, there was I saw something.
We added something. So I guess we will add a texture
sub
sample.
UV something was it was called before.
Yeah, but we won't use the animation this time, remember?
Yeah.
So we need a new module. I guess there's something called texture sample, something.
And where's this going to be put?
Oh, actually, should be on spawn, particle spawn, maybe. No, not the emitter spawn, but.
Okay, and we want texture.
Yeah,
texture sample.
Texture.
Okay, so for this
UV. Not this one, sorry.
Oh, okay. Update. Sub UV texture sample.
UV texture sample.
Okay,
Okay,
so
it says phase and everything.
hold on. CPU sims. So how do I?
We can change it to GPU.
Where does where?
It's in emitter properties or something. I'm not sure.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's weird. I'm not sure this is the one we're looking for, but
We can try a different one if you want. I don't mind having a look at it.
yeah,
Will
I
the
don't
line
know
texture
even
no.
if it exists, but there should be something like this, right?
So basically, just choose
one.
which one out of that grid,
Yeah.
right?
What could it be?
No, it's the same stuff.
UV.
Sub UV animation or sub UV texture sample. Yeah, I'm limited on what is coming up here.
Oh, okay. I guess we're gonna use the animation again, but can you add the sub UV animation again?
Yeah,
let's
sure.
let's explore it together.
And just do like a 1-frame animation, maybe.
No. Again, we're gonna say 30. It was it 4x4? Yeah, 16 then. But we will choose random instead of linear.
So go between them randomly.
And that adds this random sub UV lookup index. So
okay, so you can just give it a specific one between 1 and 15 then, right?
yeah, but it animates, so
Yeah, I'm confused as well. Well, it probably would it be 15 and 0 rather than
we don't want it animated.
If we just go like that.
How do we do that?
Okay, number of frames 1 and now it still just does. Is it because it's looping infinitely? Maybe that it was that. Because it was looping, it just kept doing it. No, because it's meant to loop on a second though. Oh yeah. This stuff. I can go back to CPU sim as well. Where is it? This animation thing. We don't see anything anymore, which is a shame.
Maybe we use the random, but for the number of frames we use a I don't know what we use. We use an expression here, like a range or a distance. Do you know what I mean? On the drop down next to it, maybe we use an expression here.
Right. I've never touched with the. Sorry, I can only see my. Yeah, I can't see your screen at the moment.
It's okay. You just look at it on your end, like next to the number of frames. You have a drop down.
Where are we with the
Sub UV animation?
Yeah. Okay, new expression. What?
I don't mean an expression, but like it's complicated to use expressions. We don't know about those, but like dynamic inputs. Are we going to use a range maybe?
I don't know, if I'm honest with you.
Okay.
I don't. I'm trying to like. I don't understand. Well, now it's kind of choosing one and it's not animating it. When I have 0 as number of frames.
But
Weirdly,
always choosing the first one, right?
I will see now. Yeah. But that I did put in a number of. And I put 1 in and it goes through all of them. The flip. I really don't understand as well for anyone watching this one. Like, why does it only do stuff outside of this time area? Like after 1 second, it just does it. I don't know what is controlling that at the moment. Initialize particle. Lifetime is 5 seconds for some reason. That doesn't particularly matter for now either. Not in there.
Okay, I guess I found it. So let's say we're going to add the sub UV animation in particle spawn instead of particle update. So it will only run once.
Right.
And have random 64.
Is it 16? Is there 64?
Sorry, 16. Yeah, I'm using another spreadsheet. So
Yeah.
It's confusing. So it's spawning different ones now. I guess this is it.
Okay. So it was just because we were doing it in the update rather than.
Yes. All right, it's coming together.
Okay. So at the moment, what is making it? I'm telling it to spawn multiple ones. I think in the spawn rate here. What happens if I just change that to 1? It just does 1 midway through.
Okay, let's right away it will look good, better if we have a scale color like an alpha in and alpha out, fade in, fade out.
Right. Okay. So that would that be in during the update?
Update, I guess, yeah.
So we're gonna put color in.
Scale color.
We just want to do the alpha
Let's
for
have a
now.
curve.
And then would we bring this down? And then I'm going to do that funky thing you told me about before.
Yes.
What was it?
Select three of them and right click.
And it.
Top.
What? So curvy. Okay,
so
yeah.
The lifetime is not enough, I guess, right now.
Yeah.
The timeline animation as well.
I really don't get this shit. Yeah, it's just going to different ones after that. Uses a different image. I don't know, why is it like take half a second to come in as well? I don't.
Let's check the lifetime of it.
Yeah, so that lifetime would be in the emitter.
Initialize particle again, I guess. It's so confusing.
Lifetime 2. Hey, Sliminian, hey, X-Fault. Oh, sorry, just Fault. Yeah, I've tried going through everything to look like where does it seem like there's a delay, but it's only at 1 second it comes in.
Well, the lifetime is 2, so half of it will be 1 second, right?
Right. Oh, what? Because it's not visible to begin with, you mean?
Yes.
Right, okay. Let's just test that then. So if I... But that means if this is 2 then, and we go to our update, and we go to scale color, and this goes up to 1. Oh, for fuck.
Right?
Should we see it at the start as well? No.
Yes, we start to see it at the start now.
Not in that first second we don't. It's only when it gets to 1 second it comes in. How?
Oh, it's because of the spawn rate.
You spawn 1 a second, so after that second it'll spawn it. So if we want to spawn things instantly, how do you do that then?
Let's search for pre-warm. Warm. What? I don't know. It doesn't give me anything. E for Niagara pre-warm. Okay, I guess you cannot do it in emitters, but instead in particle systems, they have a pre-warm.
Oh, because we're just in the emitter, I guess, aren't we? Yeah, that's something to... it's just to read what Slim's saying. Can you just go to initialize particle and where the life length is? Can you click the arrow at the right? Just one. Yeah, let me just follow what you said. Initialize particle. Life length is... You can change it to a different value. So you can set like a float range and stuff like that. It just allows you to do different... So it can like choose a random value between 2 things. Okay, let me go back to...
Okay, so if you add this to its particle system, the particle systems have a mechanic called pre-warming. So it calculates how it will look like in 4th second. And if you set the pre-warm to 4 seconds, it will start from that 4-second simulation.
Okay. Yeah. It just seems a little peculiar that we can't really get one. Like, it kind of makes sense when you think about it. When it's like 1 per second, then it's going to do it at the end of that cycle. But it almost feels like you could.
To be honest, it's weird to have a timeline for a particle in the first place.
Yeah.
That's weird to me because like it's not dependent to a specific time. Maybe it's looping and it's having different cycles.
Do you know what's even more interesting is you can go forward, and like I'm doing now, and it fades in and out one of them. If you go backwards,
yeah. Well, I don't care about that.
I'm feeling the animation, the timeline is not something that's super useful for us at the moment. Okay, so you're saying that we should just leave it like this in the current state of it anyway, right?
Yeah, and maybe add a box location or a sphere location.
And spawn a few of them then, is it, right? So let me try and think. If this is a box locations, this is going to be where they're spawned. So I'm guessing it's particle spawn. Do a box location. I'm going to have to do more. First, we'll give it a bit of a longer life cycle.
Yeah, we can have a big value there, by the way.
Oh, because I guess they can.
We can have a cloudy look.
Yeah.
Well, 60 is maybe too much.
Look, no, 60 seconds. It's staying there.
20. Let's go for 20.
Fine.
Okay.
All right. There's box location. what I want to also change is how many we spawn. We need to spawn rate. If we're having a box, then we probably want a couple of them then.
4?
No?
We should have more.
Okay. I don't know how the box is going to look at the moment. I don't know. Like, you're imagining what the end result is. I'm not. I guess that's the difference.
Yeah, let's have 100.
So in a second, it should spawn 100.
Yeah, but like they will fade in for 10 seconds now.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Okay, there's Z fighting.
Interesting.
I guess I solved it. I had the same issue on my side, but I don't remember. I guess I used sorting.
Would I also use the color, the alpha, set the alpha to be lower to begin with? I'm not too sure.
Okay, we'll get to that, but can you go to sprite render and check sorting?
Sort mode, none. View depth, view distance, custom.
Do you have the other thing enabled? Yes, you have it. Well, actually, this works on my side.
Sort only when using translucent material.
Yeah, we're using a translucent material. You didn't select the general frog. The output node.
Sorry. What?
The output node, to the node at the very right.
This?
Yes, select that one.
Right, sorry, thank you. Translucent.
Yes, it is translucent, right? So we added a box location, but how big is it right now?
It doesn't seem very big if they're all spawning on the same spot as well, which doesn't help. It was 100 by 100 though.
Nice numbers.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you to do one more thing. The scale color in the scale color curve.
Yeah.
Have them fade in and fade out quicker, but have a consistent. Yeah, you know what to do. Yeah, there's Z fighting. That's ugly.
Yeah. Oh, crikey.
Okay, can you try view distance sort mode?
Yeah, we'll have a look now. View distance
Or
sort
depth.
mode. Do you mean
Or depth? Yeah, change the sort mode. Let's see.
Yeah, seems to have stopped it.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess it wasn't sorting before, so any of them could take priority when a new spawn spawned.
That's right. Yeah, you were right. We should lower the initial alpha value, right?
Yeah, so that's in the color.
They're not looking very transparent.
Yeah. So would that be in the particle spawn color? No, up here. Yeah.
Yes. They have a lot of black.
Yeah. No,
Maybe we can change to additive this time. see how it looks.
Oh, what, in the material?
Yeah, in the material.
Yeah, I don't really understand additive and translucent, but I'll give it a go and see what changes. Oh yeah, I think you told me last time it adds to the color behind it. It'll add this.
So it is lighter.
Yeah, so you don't see the black kind of color in it now. Okay.
I'd get the clouds, the smokes, the sprite size bigger.
Yeah, so they look less, or have less in the box. I don't know, but for now we'll just go to make larger. Don't say where it is. Let me just think for a sec. It is in here. No.
The size, the initial particle size.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, that looks more organic then, doesn't it?
And the sprite rotation, we should have a range.
To make it a bit more randomized.
Organic.
Yes, that's... So is this is going to be the 360, that's fine. We can just... Okay. And I guess we could have some like slight movement on them if you wanted. So that would be in the update. I don't know.
Velocity.
Add velocity. I don't know how. We kind of want to randomize it somewhat, right? Oh, I guess they could just drift. We can give them a random direction to drift, right?
What is vortex velocity? Curious. Do you create a twister looking something?
Angular velocity around a vortex axis. Thanks for the follow, by the way.
Yeah, we can try that actually, just to experiment.
So to answer the question, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're not making. Oh wow, that's pretty cool actually.
Yeah, nice.
Fix issue. I guess we could slow it down. Really, so it just slowly rotates around the axis. It'll look quite natural then. Yeah, I think that's really nice. We're not making a game where we're learning about tools that you'd use to make a game. So we're learning about things called particle systems at the moment, which allow you to add some visual effects into games. Coinmonger, thank you very much for the 5 bits as well.
Let's also try add another velocity on top of this one.
Yeah, sure, that's not a problem. So just a general, like each one chooses its own velocity to go, you're thinking?
Yeah, I guess it will multiply the velocities, I hope.
So here, and then we can change this to like a range 1.
Yeah, that works. So it will look organic again. Some will go faster, some will go slower.
So we want only, maybe not in the up and down, but the left and right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So would we do Y as well to go back? I guess that makes sense. I mean, if we just add a little bit, let's go 25 to 50.
Nice. Could be even slower.
Yeah, that's a bit too strong, isn't it?
It's good to see.
It's all going left though, isn't it? So we need to do if we want some of them to go in different directions. Like that, I guess, right? A little bit of wobbling it looks like going on. I wonder if that's
more like a mist now.
Yeah, rather than clouds. So maybe we can go with the 10 to 15. We can just have it a larger.
Nice, okay.
Yeah, new ones spawn in, which is cool over time. Yeah, Hef, I just saw your message saying that you're getting errors trying to connect to Twitch. Sorry to hear, dude.
40 refreshes? That sounds like Unreal instead of
Just give me 1 second.
And yes, we are hyped for UE5, I guess. I don't know. I was. I'm not sure if I'm still hyped.
Well, I think well, when your brain said it to me, I guess you don't really need to learn about normal maps anymore. I mean, that in a way is quite interesting though, because it does make me think, well, you know what, actually, you got a point that technology is coming along now.
I told you this, but one thing that turned me off about Unreal 5 is that they said it will be really easy to migrate your UE4 projects to 5. That I don't like, because that means it's similar to UE4 and we'll have the same crashes and bugs again. I don't want that. I want a clean page.
You're not going to get a clean slate with this at all.
I just started to learn Unreal for just started, so I don't mind starting again.
Okay, so we've got a big area. It looks a bit strong. I'm still wondering whether we should have it a bit more faded generally.
I think, honestly, we should create a particle system and put it inside this scene, then decide how it works.
Yeah. Let's save that then. Let's go. Let's make in our fog section a new particle system. We're going to use our emitter, which is going to be add fog, add finish. This is going to be called PS. Maybe not the right prefix if anyone does watch these videos in the future. I think it's just P they use, but feel free to check out the right way to do it. And then this is just going to be called our level.
Niagara is fine, I guess. We don't understand the usage of timeline exactly.
Yeah, that's one thing that feels like you should. I don't know. There's some intuition there, like, oh, I should try this, and it's just nothing ever quite works like it should do.
But to be honest, I like it much more than Cascade. I hate Cascade.
Right. Yeah, and I'm after seeing this is making me feel like I don't want to look at Cascade. I'm just going to use this. Just because this is enough of a headache, but this is better. So I'm like, let's just stick with this. What do you mean by changes there, Space? We all need custom hardware to drive all that data. What's the custom hardware do you mean by that, Heifer?
You know, I was kidding when I said I'm expecting a clean state. No,
yeah, it's an ideal, isn't it? But it's not going to happen because how much time with that? Yeah, well, I mean, the projects I work on in work are all, well, let's just say some of the projects are on, I think they're like 4.18, maybe 4.13. Like they kind of lock to versions for good reasons. They can kind of I think it's grandparent or something they call it, where they
I'll tell you this: if you learn how to use Niagara, it will only take you like an hour to adjust to Cascade. It's similar. It's just ugly looking and harder to work with, but it's similar.
Yeah. And yeah, Spacey, I agree with you, but at the same time, it's just if we're looking at using the engine to make smaller projects as well for game jams or in the future, I'm hoping I stay in game dev as a career for quite a few years. So eventually this will be old, and then there'll be games using it. It's fine. But what they do in one of the projects in work I know they do is you can try and just take in one part of an update. It takes quite a lot. It's like a custom thing that they do. If they really want one part of the system, but they don't want to update everything else, you can try and do like a merge effectively. That's something that does happen sometimes. The PS5 had a shipload of custom I/O controllers, and system had systems to drive the SSD at several times faster speed than any standard input output. Right. So is that for like the stream? For the virtual stuff that they need that, like the virtual memory, that the I/O kind of speed and that is important. Anyway, okay, cool. So back to this. We were making a level fog. We're basing it on this. We will now just drag this into our world. So foggy. Be careful, mannequin man. Be careful. I think we should make it foggy. Up here.
Foggy.
There we go. That's fine. I mean, it's more than foggy. Here we go. Oh, what's that? It's some clown.
It's a car wash.
It's a sauna. He's having a nice little wash. Oh, what's that? It's a little Joe. All right, so we're gonna try and make that less intense. And look at, you can see how much of a cube it is now as well. So we're gonna play with these values a bit and see what we can get to happen. So let's go in and look at the spawn rate. I don't know whether we need 100 per second. That should make it a little less intense, because I think 100 per second over 20 seconds means we're spawning, what's that, 2,000? 2,000 of them? And Perry, nice to see you, by the way. Vape Nation, indeed. Let's just start with that and see how that changes things.
And while we are here, let's go to particles system. Oh, we are not here.
I can go back in. It's okay. Particle system.
Properties on the left side, the other one, the blue one, right? Yeah. So system properties.
Yeah.
And there's a warm-up time. So it simulates.
Yes. Okay. So this is how you can just have it there instant instead of having that complete.
So you don't wait for it to spawn.
Okay, so you could do 20 and then it's all there already.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Thank you, dude. Interesting. Okay, so when we press play, it's there already. Yeah, so that gives you how it would look eventually, and that's definitely... Anyone played Silent Hill? We're good. So we want this to cover this whole area, right? And then we'll try and make it like a nice area of effect. So I think what we need is maybe the same amount, but maybe a wider spawn box. So we're going to go for the box location here. We're going to make this probably 5 times the size.
And we can also maybe color.
I also think we need to make the size of each one a bit bigger. So this is going to go up to 500 as well. That's not too bad. Not too bad.
In action.
I mean, it looks a bit too smoky almost now, maybe. I'm also really tempted just to... I have to try it. That vortex thing that we did. I just want to give it some strong velocity. Because it looks so cool. There we go. Look at this. Magical.
Yeah, I don't know how to achieve soft particles. Right now we can see the billboards touching the walls, right?
So this is for Quasi, who just mentioned in chat. Why is the Unreal placeholder character has the nicest butt? Well, it's shiny as well as shapely. It's the best. So Brain, what were you saying there? Sorry.
I don't know how to achieve soft particles. I said like you can see the intersection between the particles and the walls.
Yeah, like the lines, you mean?
So that you can see the seam. So
And as you move, it rotates like a little swirly. Well, it's where it intersects with the wall, isn't it?
Unreal Engine soft particles.
I also can't. I must have changed the amount of Joes that spawned and saved it recently, because that definitely wasn't how many Joes used to spawn. I need to quickly change that. Go to our sprite fountain. I don't know which one I changed. Was it the? Yeah, it's not. It's not that one. That's nice. So it must be the actual system. No, that only does it once. Oh. Is it the level blueprint? Making it... Oh, is it looping maybe? And then I'm spawning it multiple times. So the more you play it, it starts small. Yeah, and then it's going to spawn a new one and it'll double each time. Yeah, that is bad. Okay, there we go. That's not a problem. We can change that in the level blueprint. Let's get rid of that. So now we just have that tiny little one repeating over and over. What was it that was unclear with the timeline? I just don't know what it was controlling, to be honest with you, dude. It didn't really seem to do anything. Like, if you had two things in the timeline, you could, like... Didn't seem like you could move them with the spawn rate, but I don't know whether that was the way that we're spawning them. With that whole, like, second delay if you do a spawn rate, or... yeah, sorry, I can't remember quite off the top of my head to like, list it. Let me read what you said about the hardware thing as well. So, example, to decompress the data, a high-end SSD can provide with the 12 channels structure of the PS5
I
board.
made it. Nice.
Give me 1 sec to finish reading this out for Hef, dude, and then it's okay. Can provide with the 12-channel structure of the PS5 board, you'd need 9 cores of the CPU just for decompression. But there are specific decompression units to handle that, which frees up those cores. Many specialized hardware pieces like that add up to allow you what you saw in the tech demo, and that would not work with all the current PC hardware. Right. Okay, well, I guess if PC hardware is going to change, but it might also be a promotional thing for consoles in a way that it needs to be set up in a certain way. I'd imagine PCs will go that way if it becomes a requirement for games as well. Yeah, that's a good question. Why do we have one? So yeah, Brain, what were you saying you're figuring out, dude?
Can you go to general fog material?
Yes. General. Well done for remembering.
Oh wait. Okay, so right click and add depth fade.
Okay.
Yeah, bring it down. Wait, bottom. Yeah. So we're gonna multiply the output of this value with the last node we're connecting with the opacity.
Yeah.
So this fades out if it's touching to an object, or like
Yeah,
it
intersecting.
calculates the depth, yeah. And you have the parameters of fading distance and such.
Okay, so if we click on this opacity default, that means what it starts as, I guess.
I guess.
Is this when it starts fading?
Yeah, 100 worked okay for me. Let's go and check how it looks right now. The twister. The vortex.
Just let it's saving a moment, so bear with.
Yeah, it took me some time for me as well.
Okay, so let's go and have a look by the walls. Yeah, you definitely don't see it anymore. You can see it kind of... Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, it kind of looks like it's coming out of the walls, but that's something else that you'd have to change, right? Because it comes into opacity as it comes away from the wall.
Well, I think it looks okay.
Yeah, sorry, when I say change, I mean, you know how you said you can have things that react to dynamic objects? So if you had this, that it would like change the movement, the velocity of it based on the something obstructing it, I wonder.
Yeah, of course you can keyframe certain aspects, but it allows you to drag and drop the effects in the x-axis. We don't understand what that changes.
So I also feel they still need to be a little bit bigger as well. That's in the initialize. Oh, hang on, no, that's the particle system itself. Go to the fog. Okay, so I think we'll keep 500, but they can be much bigger as well, potentially.
Yeah, what about lower opacity, initial opacity? Would it look...
Yeah, it looks thicker now, doesn't it? Rather than, not thicker in a bad way, but it looks more fluid, I guess, rather than like lots of little ones. It looks like one big thing.
Yes.
So I'm going to take the vortex down, but before I do that, I need to turn the vortex up. Where is the vortex thing? There. I just want a little scene from... Ah! It's great.
I think you need more than one vortex.
More than one. Well, what's to have one
Yeah.
going? How does that even work?
Have some noise in it.
Can we just duplicate it?
I mean, you can copy and paste probably.
Yeah.
There you go.
So this is going to be...
or instead of this, maybe we could use a uniform range. What do you think? Oh, what?
That's an interesting effect. I'm not going to ruin things. I did a diagonal.
What about using a range flow?
I mean, it's basically a portal, right?
Gordon,
sorry.
go push that button.
So you were saying what if you went for a ranged amount?
Yeah, like let's.
Oh, instead, do you mean like in the main one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's get rid of this extra one in here, and then we change this to a range, and then we're gonna have it from.
Well, it didn't work. We tried it, and no. And they have like burst timings and stuff. Then it all gets messed up. And it wasn't consistent. It looked like it was working, then it didn't. Yeah, this looks nice, man.
Some of it is meant to be going slower, or maybe not slower, but because that vortex is applied to each individual like particle that's spawned, right?
Yes.
So some of them are just going to be kind of in the middle, not doing much still, I guess, is it?
What values did you enter?
It's 100 and 1,000. So try giving a large range. Yeah. Is the preview not working?
What does fall off? No, like fall off is the force that fades out through the origin or through the edge, maybe.
It just says the same word again. I don't know. Okay, so this one's a bit more. You got some going round and some going really slow. I think that it hadn't updated. That's interesting. You've got like the little spiral in the middle, and the rest of it is just kind of hazing around it a bit. Oh, is that fall off means it's stronger in the middle? It must be, right?
That's what I meant.
Yeah, sorry, but it took my brain a while to get that. So if we do this over more space, it should give us.
Well, it's been 3 hours.
Yeah. We will. So I guess we can kind of leave it around here as well because I've gone over 3 hours. We've got a smoky effect. We can maybe have a look at making like a prettier, colourful ones like we did say last time. Now that we've got a base for a fog that we can play with, but I mean, this is
I
perfect.
learned a lot. To be honest.
Good. Well, I'm glad that you got something out of it as well too.